What's up? What's up? Colleen here. Welcome. Today I am talking about a card pull that I did, and I would zoom it in, but I'm on manual focus, so it's not going to zoom in on the card because of all the technicalities of having a Canon for live streaming that I won't get into. But I decided to pull a card today. I was just feeling like I needed some guidance and some playfulness. I think pulling cards is a great way to get clear on your current and present intentions, but also get some guidance from your universe, your ancestor, your guides, your angels, your archangels, whatever you believe. It's a beautiful practice that, a lot of my good friends participate in, and it's a good time for reflection as well. And coming into 2021, I was feeling so good and purposeful. And then it started in like the beginning of March where the planets shifted and everything was kind of agitated. And I feel like I've been crossing some friction fibers, and the year started in flow, and now it's like all of these feelings of questioning, and things are still easy, but now I'm kind of like, is this really the right thing? And it doesn't feel as good as it did, but it still feels good. So it's like this greater paradox that I've been experiencing. And what has been coming up lately for me is this constant yin yang pull of feminine and masculine energy, trusting, surrendering, flowing in the feminine, which has always been something more difficult for me as a very hot go-getter, stand on my own, have courage, go do it type of generator. So I have this like generator entity that I'm walking around with, and this generator energy that I can just go, go, go. Even if it's not serving in my highest good, I can still just do the thing. And so my lifelong lesson has been the return to more intuition and more questioning and asking and slowing down and really finding what is the best for me and my purpose and my life journey on this planet. And so pulling cards, I feel like, is an opportunity for some guided reflection. I've been missing the practice. I have so many sets over there. Oh my gosh. You can see my ring lights in my glasses. So I have a side note. I have a second ring light that I bought because one ring light for glasses is awful because you can see the reflection. But I bought my second ring light. It's over here. It's smaller and it's awesome. But still with glasses, for me to get like the best of the best setup, I feel like it has to be somewhat in my, so you can see it, it has to be somewhat in my glasses for the best lighting of my face. So I'm just like, whatever. I have to keep my head in this like degree of perfection, but it's not because I'm going to move my head. I'm a very expressive speaker. So yeah, ring lights may enter my glasses at some point, and I've just chalked it up to fuck it because I can only do so much in my tiny apartment that isn't meant to be a recording studio, but I am crafting it into one. So anyways, I have been feeling I started getting going. I was like in a new relationship. I was feeling super like feminine and sexy, and I 100% still do. But then as soon as we entered into this business focus of like, okay, now we're going to work on creating business opportunities again, that are require very masculine energy to commit to be the container for, to actually take action on all of the steps that are required. It is a very masculine energy, and it pulls me into this like space of unknowing of how I do business in a masculine way, in the energies that require a masculine energy, but I can still stay very much in flow and feminine power, and I don't have to rush. Like nothing needs to be fast or hasty or concrete or like bombarding. I'm still testing the waters of what it feels like to do feminine driven business with masculine as like the co-pilot, but not the driver. And I've been realizing that I like what I do as a strength coach is very masculine. It is very physical, body, like tangible, like body. We can see it, feel it, smell it, touch it. But what we're creating in Shade Tree, and what I've always been creating, but the buy-in for what I also sell is very feminine and ethereal, of spirit, emotion, mindset, energy, vibration, responding versus reacting, you know, all of those things that come around with a calm and cool, chilled out nervous system, strong, resilient body and immune system. Those yin and yang properties have been feeling friction lately. And I'm just like, how the fuck do we convey it? And what does it even mean? And how do I do it? So I've been just sitting on it and marinating on it. And that is something very different from my past self of like, just like push ahead and figure it out. Just put stuff out there and, you know, rush it just to get it out there because you know it's important and it should be said. I haven't done that. I have been just flowing and just letting it, I think, macerate, like marinate, until I could find the right time and words, and maybe not even like the perfect time. Maybe this is just my first like tiptoe into the water of describing these experiences that I've been having and then all that we're creating. And so this morning, Dr. Mark Hyman made a post about all the different elements of how he serves his clients as a doctor. And it was so beautiful. The graphic is beautiful. I was instantly attracted to it. I reposted it as a story, and then I also reposted it as a post on Shade Tree's Instagram describing, you know, what we're all about. And then only after I did that, where it was, you know, these 8 elements and movement was only one part of them, but, you know, there were these 7 other very important elements of us as human beings that we focus on and have very purposeful activities within each session to include those. So I like wrote that out and I was super stoked. And then I sat down and I was like, I really want to pull a tarot. And I got super clear, did some few breaths, called in my guides, called in higher energies, and only serving my greatest good and all of that greatness. And I pulled this card. I've never pulled a rainbow card before, which is super neat, out of this deck. And it was abundance. And what I find super cool about the synchronicities of life is that I got my little book, the Osho. Whoop. There we go. It's so gorgeous. All the artwork is so fantastic. What I find fascinating about how all of these things come together and you know you are supported is that this card is one of 4 cards in the deck that's classified as mastery of the physical. Yes. So mastery of the physical body. And the abundance card is all about this balance of, it's the King of Rainbows card. The king is representing obviously masculine energy. And I'll read you the commentary on the card because it explains what this card means so wonderfully. The Dionysian character in this very picture of a whole man, a Zorba the Buddha, who can drink wine, dance on the beach, and sing in the rain, and at the same time enjoy the depths of understanding and wisdom that belong to the sage. In one hand, he holds a lotus, showing that he respects and contains within himself the grace of the feminine. His exposed chest, an open heart, and relaxed belly show that he is at home with his masculinity as well, utterly self-contained. The four elements of earth, fire, water, and sky all conjunct at the King of Rainbows who sits atop the book of the wisdom of life. If you are a woman, the King of Rainbows brings the support of your own male energies into your life, a union with the soulmate within. That is like exactly what I've been feeling and pondering and questioning and curious about for the past probably 4 weeks. If this card was pulled by a man, it says this card represents a time of breaking through the conventional male stereotypes and allowing the fullness of the whole human being to shine forth. And going along with the post that I shared today about the card, about the abundance card, it says, people in the East have condemned the body, the matter, the illusory, as it really doesn't exist. It only appears to exist and is made of the same stuff as dreams are made of. They denied the world, and that is the reason the East remains sick, poor, and starvation. Half of humanity has been accepting the inner world and denying the outer. The other half of humanity has been accepting the material world and denying the inner. Both are half, and no man who is half can be contented. You have to be whole, rich in body, rich in science, rich in meditation, rich in consciousness. Only a whole person is a holy, H-O-L-Y, person, according to me, the author. I want Zorba and Buddha to meet. Zorba alone is hollow. His dance has not an eternal significance. It is a momentary pleasure. Soon he will be tired of it. Unless you have inexhaustible resources available to you from the cosmos itself, unless you become existential, you cannot become whole. This is my contribution to humanity, the whole person. So again, playing into this theme that I've been feeling of how do I live a feminine, masculine, work, rest, presentation of business, living life moment to moment, trekking with both energies supporting me, because we need both. And so it's not denying one or the other. It's not favoring one over the other. But what I've been feeling is that if I don't know, I'm going to wait and surrender to the answer will come from within me when it needs to, and trusting that it will. That is like the feminine practice that I've denied for so long, instead of just bulldozering ahead in my ego mind to just have an answer and do it and get it done and move on and keep moving on. And I just love how the card reconfirmed that like you are complete, like you in your mind, in your soul, in yourself as a woman, you have your soulmate, you have those masculine energies already within you, and it's a marrying of them two. And so just hearing that message over and over of like, okay, like I have them in me, I am figuring it out, I am constantly curious of like when I want to push on the gas pedal and when I want to just, coast in neutral for a while and see what happens. And that's okay. I think it gets so muddy because these things aren't of business practice that is shown on the regular or talked about on the regular. I think it is 100% becoming more talked about in communities of business leaders and business doers, that we can't just go, hustle, grind, that it needs to be this ebb and flow. And it's wonderful. But as a human practicing it, it can be very difficult when you have the end in mind and you can see the path there, but you have to like wait for step 1 before step 2 and like all these different things that are happening. And you are like, I'm an antsy person. I am an excited person. I want things to be complete sooner rather than later because I just want to get to it, because I am so passionate about providing the services and the awesomeness that I want to provide. And so that excited kid in me gets really excited and like frustrated, honestly, that we can't just be doing it right now. And then the other half of me has to calm down and know that we're moving in the right direction, even if sometimes it feels slower and sometimes it does feel faster. There is nothing wrong with the slower part of the process. There is nothing negative or anything to be feared about the slower part of the process. It's all part of the build and the climb and the journey of it all. And I think even though I know that, when I'm living it in life, it gets forgotten because of all the other things that are happening and the excitement of what is going to come. And I know that I do have to cherish and really sink into these moments of more space, the opportunity to learn new skills, what is going to happen in these moments of building the foundation versus the actual doing of like coaching or teaching. Those are very different. They both are of equal value and they both are necessary, but we so often forget that fact, that both are needed and both are part of the journey. So I think that's all I wanted to share about this card being pulled today. I'm definitely gonna, oh, my leg is so asleep. I'm definitely gonna keep my cards out and I can see them all the time. They're just sitting on my bookshelf. But I think that I will make this a regular practice, because it is such an instant like drop in to guide wisdom, inner wisdom, reflection that I know for myself that I've definitely been feeling lately. And I do my meditation and my Wim Hof breathing and my breathing at night, and I do feel really connected. But there's something different about doing it in the morning at the beginning of your day and just setting that focus and intention for the rest of, so it can flow into the rest of what you're doing. So, yeah, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you pull cards, what decks do you use? I feel like I already have I think I have 5 sets of cards that range. But what decks do you love and what do you use? Do you pull cards on the regular? Or do you want to start pulling cards? Let me know. Let's have a conversation about tarot and all of its coolness. But yeah, I hope you're having a wonderful day or evening whenever you're watching this and tuning in. And I will definitely be speaking with you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.